Today's video is very interesting. I want to share with you a patient and a doctor. The doctor said something very sensitive to this black boy because he came to him for treatment and all of that. He said something very sensitive that got a lot of people talking. I'm going to share the video with you guys, then I'll come back.
I'm just going to clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you. Take a shower, man.
Shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at least?
Hey gorgeous people, hey beautiful people, and welcome back again to my YouTube channel. How are you guys doing today? Hope you guys are doing amazing, fine. To know what you all think, your first impression when you watch this video, because when I was gathering stitches, some people were like, oh my god, everything's all about racism, it was just trying to be funny, yada yada yada. Some comments were also a lot of people, they were like, no, you don't say that to people, it is really wrong. I'd like to know what you all think in the comment section. Do you think it is right or wrong, or it was not just being sensitive, or we are just overreacting? I want to know what you all think in the comment section. While I play what other people think, I'm going to play their stitches for you all to watch. So let's watch.
Take a shower, man.
And this is why there's a stigma of us not wanting to go to doctors and hospitals, because that's how they treat us there. First of all, it's shea butter. I have shea butter all over me. It comes off of my mask, but I stay moisturized and hydrated. Second of all, we're brown. Stuff is going to come off our skin anyway. It's just the scales, the dead skin cells. But even if we was dirty, that's not your place to say anything about that. Just do your job. You're not supposed to be worried about our hygiene. That would have pissed me straight off. And I won't trust you with whatever you're doing. They really need to do a completely different ethics test and really watch these people before they hire them to save people's lives. Because that's real problematic.
Take a shower, man.
Shea butter.
Alright, so this video came up on my For You page, and I looked at the comments, and everybody is ridiculing this doctor, saying, oh, he's disrespectful, report him, or whatever the case is. Now, in my head, people need to understand adult humor. When clients or patients are afraid to take needles, what the doctor do as a coping mechanism is bust a joke or say something out of context so that the person's mind could think about it, and then you do the injection, and then bam, but when you look, the injection, that you don't get injection, and you like, oh, it done. So I don't see why people saying this man racist because he's a black person. Not everything in the world is about racism. Not everything in the world is to insult people. Oh my god, I know people are gonna come for me for this, but whatever. Grow up.
I'm just going to clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you.
Immediately when I watched that video, I said to myself, it's deeper than him just wiping his skin and saying, hey, I still see, dirt or dark or black stuff on the alcohol swab. It's deeper than that. Imagine that he's bold enough to even say this out loud, right? But imagine what he's thinking, right? He's not thinking to himself, which I'm assuming, he's not thinking to himself, hey, I'm going to treat this patient like I treat all my other patients. I'm gonna give him 1,000%. He's already just, he's expressing almost his stereotype or what he thinks or what he feels. And it's really sad. And this is why we have so many issues going to healthcare providers. This is why there's so many people who have anxiety when it goes to doctors, because they're treating them with stereotypes. Occam razor, it's medical racism, it's all of these things. They need to be educated, and the healthcare system needs to be revamped.
It's melanin.
Shea butter.
And just to emphasize her point, this actually happens on white people too, as long as you're using a dark cloth. It's clean, okay? Let's rub my arm, give it a good rub. You seem to be rubbing pretty hard. Right there. I'm not dirty. Those are skin cells.
Shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at?
So this medical professional basically calls this boy dirty to his face. And then the young man tries to dispute it, the claim that he's dirty, right? That he didn't wash. And the doctor, the medical professional, doubles down by saying, did you at least brush your teeth? I guarantee you he handled this boy like he was dirty. Like he was a dirty person. And I'm just wondering, like, where are we safe to go? We can't go to the doctor. We can't be on the subway. We can't go to the Walmart. We can't be in our home, Breonna Taylor. Like, where are we safe, America? Like, I just really want to know. Like, where y'all gonna leave us the fuck alone? Where y'all just gonna do your job and keep your racist thoughts to yourself? Where are you not going to imply something about blackness? And like, who's going to be the group of people other than black people who are not going to harm black people? Because like, I just really want to know, where are we safe? Who are we safe with, and where are we safe with them? Like, honestly, like, and this looks like a serious procedure. You know, I don't know. Like, they got the man on the gurney. I don't know what's about to happen here. But, boy, I tell you, I would have Viola Davis grabbed my bag and got the fuck up out of there. Like, I don't... Because, look, I just don't know where we're safe. And I don't feel safe in most spaces. Like, I fucking go to work, I go to the grocery store, and I come the fuck home. Because you don't know where or who it's going to come from. Like, imagine going to the doctor. Like, you're supposed to be safe there. And being attacked by the fucking doctor. This isn't be clear. Be clear, this is an attack. He's attacking this boy's personal fucking hygiene. I don't know. I feel very sad as a black person every time I see this type of shit. Because I just want to go out and frolic and motherfucking skip in the motherfucking greenery in nature. But I'm scared to even walk around my fucking neighborhood.
Go watch the video in the comments. And I'm not playing. I want this doctor's name and hospital. And whatever the group is, whatever, if he sees this himself, this is not funny. These jokes are the jokes behind the mental bias that gives African American patients less pain medicine. Because you think not only are they dirty, but they have a pain tolerance that's higher. They're not human. This is the same kind of joke behind the thought process that you don't believe when black people are having issues of any kind. You don't believe that they even care to wash their asses, let alone that their medical issues are serious enough. Now, maybe that's your homie. Maybe as a young man, as a doctor, you've been going too long enough where he finds this funny. But some shit ain't funny. When there are multiple African Americans who have been experimented on and treated, and there is still a medical bias to the point where they think we are not even human. To entrust your physical body to a doctor that would make a joke like that? Because it wasn't all, oh, my bad. Makes sense. It was a follow-up with, did you brush your teeth? And I'm not saying he need to be fired or canceled, but I'm saying he need to be suspended with some type of diversity training and an assessment of his previous patients and the quality of care that he provided. This shit is not a funny ha-ha joke at all. And for people like me, an African American that has experienced racial bias, from my first trip to the ER as an 11-year-old girl who had to deal with a doctor that didn't believe an 11-year-old little black girl wasn't having sex and was too ignorant to know what middle schmerz was to diagnose the pain on my lower abdomen, which was me ovulating for the first time, to the dentist that left a piece of tooth in my mouth, and when I kept telling them it hurt, I was only reissued antibiotics and not an increase in my pain medicine. Nor did he care to believe when I told him he left a piece of tooth in my mouth that was still bothering me, deep in my gums, until he saw the x-ray, because I was just another number, and on top of that, I wasn't even worth believing as another number, that he could have made a mistake. These jokes are not funny, people. That camera should have dropped to the floor real quick, and I know sometimes we could be in shock, but if you were in shock in the moment, let's not be shocked in the after moment. This shit is dangerous, and it needs to be addressed, looked into, and corrected. What name and what hospital?
I'm just gonna clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you.
As soon as I saw this video, I knew I was going to stitch it. While this is extremely upsetting, this is not unlikely in the medical system. I see this all the time, personally, and with the individuals I work with. The amount of rude, prejudice, ignorant comments they will get asked to their face or even passively. However, to me, this touches on something that's really missing in most medical systems, is the lack of trauma-informed care. A trauma-informed provider would never ask a client or patient out front, did they take a shower, and or follow up with, at least you brushed your teeth. There is nothing trauma-informed about that. I understand that hygiene does play a role into people's overall physical and mental health, but this is not what that's about. And by how that doctor said that, that was not caring for his patient about their well-being.
I'm just gonna clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area.
Okay, let's talk about why this is gross and wrong. For one, this guy is clearly not wanting to joke with you, not wanting to play, so even if you did this as a joke, you're pushing it and you're being annoying. Two, you're a healthcare professional. You should know every day you see people that struggle with mental health. And people that struggle with mental health struggle with their physical health. They're very closely intertwined 98% of the time. So even if you did rub your patient's skin and something came off, you did your job. You cleaned it. That's where that should have ended. You don't sit there and call your patient dirty and basically tell them to their face that they're lying to you about cleaning themselves. Because even if he didn't clean himself, which he said he did, you have no room to sit there and call your patient dirty. This is why a lot of people complain about using healthcare, and especially people of color. Do better.
Clean up a little alcohol swab, okay? Cleaning up the area for you. Take a shower, bro.
It's shea butter.
It's shea butter. That's black. You brush your teeth at least?
Hi guys, my name is Casey. I am a registered nurse. I've been a nurse going on almost 7 years now. Let's talk about this video and why it's so upsetting. So you have a provider with a black patient. He cleans his arm with an alcohol pad, looks at the alcohol pad, and said, "Did you take a shower?" The patient said, "It's shea butter." He proceeds to say, "Why is it so black? Did you even brush your teeth this morning?" Really, doc? Was that necessary? But this is what black patients face in the healthcare industry. This is why a lot of black people don't trust the medical system. This is why a lot of black people prefer to go to providers that look like us. Because when we bring our symptoms to them, they either dismiss it or minimize it. We receive lower quality of care, which leads to poor health outcomes. Something as simple as not believing that it was shea butter. So now let's get into more serious things. If it was chest pain, what would you have said? "Oh no, it's just GERD, it's indigestion. Take a Pepto-Bismol and you'll be fine." But this is the microaggressions that we face as black people in the healthcare system. Bias towards us as a marginalized group of people. A study from the University of Virginia in 2016 showed that black patients received less pain medication due to false beliefs. You know, when you're born with audacity, whatever comes up here, you feel like it has to come out here. It doesn't, doc. Okay? I understand you guys don't use lotions and oils over there, so you don't know when you put an alcohol pad on a melanated person's skin, things is going to come up. We go through a sensitivity training in school and in the hospital, so you knew better. What y'all think should happen to this guy? Because as a parent, if I was there and you talking to my kid like that, that's all I have to say. What do y'all think? Because this pissed me off. Pissed me off.
Take a shower, bro.
So as you guys know, I did have a procedure done yesterday where they had to do that exact same thing to scrub my skin prior to inserting an IV, which was to disinfect. Okay, well this bothers me for two reasons. The first reason is when you're scrubbing someone who has melanated skin, you're going to get skin cells. It's not dirt, it's skin cells because you have melanated skin, that color's going to come off. So it's kind of baffling that he doesn't understand that, especially as him being what appears to be a man of color himself. I don't understand that concept. Number two, if you were to scrub his arm that aggressively, the exact same thing would happen. Maybe not in the same capacity because he is a lighter colored man, but that same thing would happen. Also, as someone who uses alcohol pads, chlorhexidine scrubs on people on the daily, I don't care how clean you are, that will happen. Also, you don't have to scrub that aggressively, but he's a doctor though.
Okay, so here is my own take. If you're trying to be funny or you want to have conversations with your patient just because you want to give them injection, there are some conversations you're not supposed to have, because on another point, it was sounding as if he was telling this dude that you are dirty. Are you even having your bath? To the extent that he went to ask him that, are you even brushing your teeth? You shouldn't have that conversation with somebody that you don't, if you just meeting for the first time and you're trying to use alcohol to clean his, of course it's dead skin cells that is coming out from his skin. It can happen to you as well, as a doctor as well. It doesn't mean that you're not having your bath. It doesn't mean that you're dirty. Almost everybody sheds dead skin cells. Even babies, they shed dead skin cells from there. So that conversation was like, you're very dirty. Do you even brush your teeth? And to think that a lot of people are actually mentally drained, like some people are going through a lot, so there's some things you will tell them that will just hit, like you are really hitting the nerve and you're getting them more pissed. So I don't think, and I feel like this is why people are not really very comfortable going to see doctor, because you really don't understand what's happening in a melanin body. And knowledge is everywhere. You can educate yourself, and the way you even say it, it's not even mean that you are meaning it, but the way he said it, it's just as if, okay, this is what I mean, you are dirty. That's just, to me, that's what it just felt like. And this is really, really wrong of a patient or of a doctor to say that to his patient. Let me know what you all think in the comment section. Do you think this is right or wrong? I'd like to know what you all think in the comment section. Thank you all so much for sticking around to this point. I hope you enjoyed this one. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and I'll see you all in my next one. Bye.